And now we're in the rural area. You know, you just don't think of Maryland being that rural, especially around this DC area, but it so is. It's so much country still. I just about moved over in this area years ago. You go like 20 years ago, I was considering moving up this way right here. Now we're gonna go to the train town, Brunswick, Maryland. That's really the train town. It's incredible how I've witnessed and how that's really transitioned for really the lower income, blue collar area to much more now the white collar and well-to-do area, because they've developed around it so much. But you go 20 plus years ago, this area here is just nothing here. But now, it's its own miniature, new, modern town. And it's something, if you kind of really look at the infrastructure of our country, it's so much that the roads were next to the waterways. And like the railroads. And as you know, because for man, he had to get water. If you were traveling, you really wanted to have access to fresh water. I mean, that was a key thing for your animal, whether it be a donkey, a horse, cattle, family. So that was so important. And wherever your expedition was, being close to water for survival. So you can just imagine, you know, is this back from the 1800s? Some of these structures. That's been like that for 20 plus years. So this is now the low income area. Even though in today's world, this stuff's probably worth a pretty little penny. Wonder who's run off down to this person's house over the years. And snowstorm, ice, just a derelict driver. You know? We have the little chicken coops up there. And here's a guy wanting to get across the street without getting run over. Or a young girl. And there'll be a dollar store or general store up the road here, which there's a lot of criticism to those stores of doing more harm than good. As we come up to the town of Brunswick, Brunswick, is that a German name? English, British name? Supply house for, what is that, 84 lumber or something down there? I don't even know. See that? Right there next to the railroad. Probably. Yeah, Builder's Supply, probably. And then there's Dollar General. Not many people there. That's interesting. You know, what's a dollar anymore, right? Yeah, there's Builder's Square, probably. Kind of driving these backwards reminds me of Tennessee. Very similar type of kind of areas that you see a lot down there. And I was just thinking to myself, it's hard to believe that's going to be coming up close to a year the last time we were in Tennessee. Wow. Probably the longest spell since COVID that we haven't been in Tennessee. Last time we were in Tennessee, if everybody watched my channel, was when I just about killed myself on Easter weekend, which was probably April when I was down there, when that young girl pulled out in front of me on my CVO Harley. But as you can see here, the tight little town, the narrow little town of Brunswick, Maryland. Fire department's now a brewery place. left-hand turn here to get up the hill. To get up the way, but there's a railroad station here for some people to catch the train to DC. Hard to believe, right? Hard to believe it. There's people getting on a plane, getting on a train probably at 5:30 in the morning here, 6 o'clock at the latest, to ride a train to DC to get to work by 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Isn't that something? If you're that person, you're getting out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, riding the train probably for an hour and a half, and at least, so if you get in by 7:30 or 8, whatever your time schedule is, and then you're at office and you try to get back here, it'll probably 5 o'clock. That'd be my guess. Maybe 6. And the thing is, the parking lot's not too heavy, so, even though people are going back to work, how many people are going back to work? And now, so I'm understanding now, this is now, I guess, the river, the Potomac River. Now I'm going back into Virginia, so I just did a 4-state tour. Going from one state to another state, back in. Barrel of oil is really going down, everybody. So the price of fuel, we may have some really cheap fuel here in the near future. Oh, and here we are back in another rural little town, good old Virginia, which is growing by leaps and bounds as well. There's a guy, shorts, no shirt, jogging away. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. We got dinner from that place. It was terrible. I feel sorry for them because it's a new establishment, but man, they don't know how to make Mexican food. It was pitiful. I don't know how they'll last. Andy's, that's a pretty good place, but they've cut down their servings. That's what you notice a lot more than ever is you're paying more for food, but it's less food. But that's the goal, everybody. This is kind of busy. Everybody's out and about. So this guy's doing a favor for that guy and that guy, but he can't. You can't do that because that guy's coming. So don't really know. And here's all the kids. The kitties. Busy little town, man. Look at this. Look at all the traffic. I mean, I'll tell you straight up, I come through here a lot. This is a lot of traffic. So what's going on? I really don't know. And it's not like the time of day where people are heading home from work yet. So, good question, right? Yeah, I guarantee all these houses are $500,000 homes. I guarantee it. If you came to this area, that's a $440,000 to $500,000 home right there. Be amazed if it isn't. Brand new community center and a huge athletic field over there. Huge. Which is just like out in the middle of nowhere. It makes no sense.
Tickets, we better take care of it. All these scams on the phones, you try not to fall for any of them, right? You don't fall for any of them? Or you had your socials hacked. Oh, right. Oh, you did a one click. Oh, they knew what you wanted. One click.
Yeah, I got burned.
It's a bummer. It's a bummer when that happens. You know who the person who has your password now? Won't change it back? Archbishop Harold Holmes. The person.
Everybody's getting burned on these texts that you owe a toll violation or a parking violation. And I got burned this past week. My mom literally reached out to me and sent me a text saying that Florida Sun Pass shows an unpaid toll. But this is what's really weird. My mom claims she paid an unpaid Florida Sun Pass toll, but yet she got a text that had something to do with me. So she forwards me a text showing Florida Sun Pass, and I have a toll, and I fell for it. And sure enough, I went to Florida. She sent me the link. I went to the link. I entered my credit card number, and it's a $6 bill. And I go to pay it. And after I go to pay it, I hit pay, but then it never generates a receipt. I'm like, oh, here we go. I just got burned. So I had to cancel that debit card. I called my bank instantly, and I canceled that card because I got taken. But it was my mom that lured me into this, because I actually knew that this was going on. But my mom was like, hey, you had a bill come here and I paid it for you, but I guess they didn't pay it for me paying it. And so here's your link. Oh my gosh. Hey, now I'm with the school bus crowd. How about that? Hey, that place looks like my place. Too much stuff. But yeah, we're on the school bus route now. We were not years ago. You go back 2005. I looked at property right over there. Show that house is right to the right of that house. I looked at property up there to maybe buy that lot. You can see the driveway and build a custom built home. But back in that time, that was when the economy, the real estate was crazy, and whoever owned that land was very obnoxious, and they snubbed they're like, nah, I don't think I'm going to sell it to you. It was crazy. But this is all brand new homes. You know, these are probably $800,000 homes right here, $1 million homes, believe it or not, because they have property. These are probably 3 to 5 acre lots. So I'd say very conservative 800. You know, probably close to $1 million. Incredible. Where we live, the amount of money that people still make, and more properties for sale. So there's a piece of property right here. And what size property is it? Does it say? 48 acres, 3 lots. That's huge. So it'd basically be what? 15 acre lots, 17 acre lots, whatever. So they're probably wanting $1 million in this area. They're probably wanting $1 million just for each lot. And then build your house. So at the end of the day, $2 million, $2.5 million property. Which real estate taxes this area, you're going to be at 20, 30 grand a year in real estate taxes. Can you even imagine? I mean, you know, you got to make 50 grand a year just to pay the real estate taxes. Just wow. I just sometimes think, man, you know, you make $500,000 a year in this area, and it's nothing. You make $500,000. If you make $500,000 a year in this area, it's nothing. It's nothing. You know, you got to be making $1 million a year to kind of just be the little bit of the upper echelon. If you're making 200 grand a year, you're broke in this area. If you and your wife make 200 grand a year combined, it's nothing. It's nothing. You're just gonna live in a regular house, have some regular cars, and there you go. School bus. So yeah, I'm on the school bus route. With all the little kiddies getting home. Oh boy, so I get to watch it all the way home. I get to enjoy the stop by stop all the way home. So there's, you know, there's always a story of businesses. Here is a story of a brand new brewery, and it's quite the brewery that a very successful credit card processing company. So I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's an Ace, Defiant Ace Brewery out here in Lovettsville, Virginia. Very cool. So, but the guy that created that is some big credit card processing company that got caught billing the government, like double, triple, quadruple. And apparently the guy, it's serious stuff. This guy's probably going to go to prison. But apparently, since that is structured separate from his illegal company, but his illegal company made all the money to create that company. So that has different partners. But apparently, I haven't heard any more about it, but apparently the guy that had all the money that created that, is being investigated big time by overbilling the government for transactions that never happened. Wow. It just doesn't end. It just doesn't end, does it? The corruption. Not only see it at the government level, but the private sector, I guarantee you, is just as bad, if not worse. We know it. And here's a guy that really has this is a beautiful piece of property. The guy's got 6-car, 2 outside buildings, and I can't tell if the other one's a 2-car or that's a 3-car, so he's like a 5-car garage. And but you don't see that guy showing, he doesn't show everything. That's what I do. I share everything I share everything with others that then can easily nitpick me and pick on me or whatever. But yet, how many videos do you see out there like mine where I share a lot? I mean, I really share too much, really. But, oh well. There we go. But do you really give 2 craps about the guy that's dead that shared all information with you? No. Have you been to a cemetery lately to ask a stone or a grave or a marker, how'd your life go? What are your stories? What's interesting here is this is a couple that when we used to go to church right down the street from our house, there was a couple here, the little kids. And so now my guess is that little girl there, that is their daughter that you go 10 years ago, was just a little girl. She's probably right there, about a 10 or 12-year-old girl. And that's probably pretty accurate when I can remember her coming in this world and being baptized at our church. I can't remember her name, though. As now, we're coming into Taylorstown. You see the old bridge there. Cops used to sit at the bottom of that hill all the time and write people tickets. It was like, what a joke. This is a very dangerous side street. Lady cop pulled right in front of me on my motorcycle one day. Now, this is what's interesting. See this old Taylorstown general store? One time, I'm sure that was a very, I'm sure it could be self-sufficient, but years ago, some guy was wanting to resurrect that little store and try to bring it back to life. I'm like, yeah, right, buddy. There's no way. There's no way, buddy. So now now the school bus drivers have to drive all these back roads, all these dirt. These are all dirt back roads, muddy, up the side of the mountain. Even for me, I drive these roads so much. It's like, even for me, I see things like, wow, I never knew that was back there. As we come home yonder, and like I say, on my motorcycle adventures, you would see a lot of this same content of me riding around on my motorcycle doing the same thing. And the big difference is you didn't see a big dash in my hand, my steering wheel in front of you, because I was on a motorcycle. It was more freestyling than if anything. All these old cemeteries. Like I say, go to each one of those stones. Everyone has a story, everybody, of their success and failures of life. But do you think of those people that are now no longer speaking or present? Nope. I mean, it's hard not to tell my daughter all the time. It's all the stories of all the things that happened to all these people that were before us that have all perished. Do you think about them? The forgotten ones. That's the reality. But you're just fixated today on yourself, what makes you happy and sad, and the challenges that lie ahead for you. That's how we operate. And how you have a hard time believing you too one day will be in the same position as them, which you won't be any longer. One house up here on the left, it burnt to the ground. We've had a few of those in this area where the houses have burnt to the ground up on top of the mountain. Let's see if you can see it. They're rebuilding it now. It's been a few years. This house burnt down at least 2-3 years ago. I don't know if you can see it or not. Even for me, I think that was it. It's a garage now. Yeah, I think that may have been it. They made it a garage, I think. Wow. You too can buy land here on the side of the mountain for just a few $100,000. There's a freshly built house. Wow. This house went on the market. This guy used to race. He had a race car trailer. I mean, that house went on the market. It sold like instantly. That's just hard to believe. A story for everywhere you go. And we're coming down the home stretch. I gotta clean my windshield. The guys use those dirty towels to do all their work, and you can see the film on it. But now we're on the back side of our property, and coming in the back way. Let's see how it looks here, right? A lot of long-term neighbors. That neighbor's been there forever. That neighbor switched up like 3 times. That neighbor there has been here forever. There's a few forever. Isn't this funny? So we got another school bus stop. And so here we are on the back 40. And I got packages. Oh boy, oh boy. And the kid's not home. So did Gypsy get impregnated today? Oh boy. Yikes. All right, let's get out of the trucky here, puppies. And, you know, like I said earlier, taking these guys here, I like bringing these guys here. Come on, let's go. Because it's easier. See, they don't do anything in the back, thank God. They don't try to eat my interior, thank God, everybody. But yeah, wow. What a day. Just another day of sharing my adventures with you. Some will be boring video. Some it won't. There's all the geese. And let's see the big dogs come out. And like I say, what happens is, usually when I don't have all the dogs together, they don't destroy the house as much. So let's see how the house looks. They got it a little bit. Oh, they did a little pooping. But not too radical. But there they are. There's Gypsy, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. How are you, huh? Hi there, Princey boy. Have you been a good boy? Yeah, I'm a Julia. I've never seen Prince. But you know, we got the other troublemakers. Yeah, so who's behind me? There you are. Yeah, so then now let these guys get out, run around. Now I gotta go clean up crap. Now I'm on duty. I'm on duty. Yeah, am I? When duty calls, the Iceman's there, right? So everybody, that's it. Just wanted to share some video content with you today. Just like to talk and share my days, as I'm usually by myself. That's been my career, of being the lone salesman, the lone businessman, and the lone YouTuber. So hopefully you felt like you rode with me today, and hope you enjoy the content. Thank goodness it's finally warming up. So there really is much warmer. So it is so much more enjoyable now to do some outdoor projects. And you just don't have that cold chill to the bone. I mean, you've really been having this past week just a really cold chill to the bone feel. It's just, you're like freezing all the time. So thank God we got some warmer weather on the doorstep, but I got many things to do, and you'll see more videos of the doggies playing and having fun. So stay tuned for more adventures on Ice Age TV, and thanks for watching my channel, and appreciate the support, and God bless.